Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. This is Lunch with Lisa, and it is so wonderful to see everybody. I was thinking today about what should I talk about, like what's really on my mind. And I love doing these Lunch with Lisas because this is a time for me to talk about whatever I want to talk about, whatever's on top of my mind. So, right now, what I'm really present to is that I am turning 60. I'm about to turn 60, and that happens just a few days from now. And I'm really, I don't know if any woman could ever imagine in her life that she would, you know, you can't fathom getting to this age. You just cannot fathom actually waking up one day and it being your 60th birthday, or at least I can't or I couldn't. And partly I think that was because my mother died at such a young age. My mother was 35, I believe, when she got breast cancer, and she was 39 when she passed away, which was a devastation for me. I was a little girl and I watched her. Um, get sick. And she was so proud of how she looked. She was a very, very beautiful woman. And, it was just so important to her how she looked, how she carried herself. And, it was sad to watch her go through this process. So, I think that had a big impact on me, through my whole life. I don't know as a child if you ever get over something like that. You watch your mother get sick and then die at a very early age. For me, I think there was always the sense somewhere in the back of my mind that life is really short, or that it can be short, and we don't know when it's going to end. And so this is not the most cheerful Facebook Live. But, I'm just kind of thinking about, I haven't really had enough time to sit and think about this very significant birthday that I have coming up. And a lot of people will say, oh, come on, your 60 is the new 40 and whatever. But the truth is, and it's not, or they'll say it's just a number. And the truth is, it's not the new 40. And for me, it's not just a number. And I believe that if I don't stop in my life and look at these parts of my life seriously and actually contemplate what this means, then I'm not being present in my life, right? Because the truth is, I'm going to be 60 and my husband's going to be 69. And so we are entering, I'm entering definitely a new chapter in my life. I'm going to be, almost 5 years from being a senior citizen. And no matter what I tell myself, that's the truth, man. I'm going to be 5 years away from being a freaking senior citizen. Now, I'm not knocking all the senior citizens out there, but these are milestones in our lives. These are markers, the markers of time. And I have to stop and ask myself, what does it mean to me? What if I'm 60 and let's say I live a good, long, healthy life. Like for me, I don't necessarily want to go past 80, 85. I'm really good with that, to be honest. I don't need to live a lot of years. I'd much rather live quality years, right? I just want to be ambulatory and feel healthy. And for the bulk of my life, I want to be healthy and whole and pain-free. So I'd be happy, but that would mean I'd have 24 years more on the planet, 25 more summers, 25 more Hanukkahs in my case, 25 more Valentine's days. It's not a lot. And the truth is, we only get so many years. Even if I feel better at 60, which I do, than I did, in my 20s, and 30s, I actually am physically healthier and in a better space, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, than I've ever been in my entire life. And yeah, it's been amazing. So, I have every faith that 60 is going to be incredible, that my 60s will be wonderful years. They've been wonderful, healthy years for the most part for my husband. And I believe that they can be for me too. What do I want my 60s to look like? I mean, gosh, I haven't even thought about that, right? Life by design. If I have these, years between 60 and 70, what do I want to do with these years? I mean, wow, I haven't even taken a moment to think about that. I have no clue. I haven't even thought about it, right? I haven't even really stopped to think about do any of you stop? Have any of you stopped and looked at your out in, when you've turned 30 or 40 or 50 or 60, did you stop in your life and actually look out, into the next decade and really ask yourself, who do I want to be? What do I want to accomplish in these next 10 years that I have ahead of me? Right? Well, Anna says, I haven't thought that far. Anna, think about if you did. Think about if you really did look into your, into this decade. I don't know how old you are right now, but yeah, Patricia says at 40, I started questioning my life. Patricia, I did this at when I was turning 40, right? Same, I was 39 and I looked at my life and I thought, wow, I thought, I'm going to be 40, and what am I doing here? It made me get out there and find my partner. That was a big one. So Anna says, let's not talk about my age. Anna, I don't know what age you are, girl, but you look fabulous. So don't even think you look gorgeous. It doesn't even matter what age you are. You look beautiful. I think, that's really the thing here, that we, I mean, I feel like I look better at 60 than I did when I was, 16. I didn't look so good when I was younger. I was a very late bloomer. Cindy says, for sure I have, Lisa, and I've loved my 60s so far. Yeah. Cindy, are you actively out, co-creating your life? Are you accomplishing, setting very real goals for yourself and accomplishing those? I know that when I was 54, turning 55, that's when I sat back and said, Lisa, it's really time to get your career going, right? Like my career, I had a full coaching practice and all, but I wasn't doing what I'm doing now. And I wanted to turn this into a real business. As a coach, I can only get paid pretty much by the hour. And I wanted to have an amazing business. I wanted to see what I could accomplish if I really put my mind to it and had a real plan and not just sitting in my office doing one-on-one calls. And so I hired the most amazing coach I could possibly find. And I just decided that I was going to continue working with him. I'm still working with him to this day. And 5.5 years later, and this man is completely helped me transform my life, which has been incredible, just an absolutely mind-blowing experience. So he gave me a model for relationship, for my coaching business. And he gave me a model for how to structure my 12-week coaching program. And It's been amazing. Hi, Sandra. I'm talking about turning 60. This is on the horizon. It's just August 28th, so 23, 24. Oh my goodness. In 5 days, I will turn 60. Oh my God. This is amazing. I mean, it's amazing because, if I'm standing outside, outside of me, looking at myself, and I think about crossing this milestone in my life, I think about, wow, Lisa, this is such a feat. And to be turning 60 and just be so at peace in my life, right? Having a husband that I adore for the last 19 years, having friends, just about being able. I remember when I would be so intimidated by people, not just men who would intimidate me, but women, who I didn't feel like I was good enough to be their friend. And yeah, I was on the outside kind of looking in or looking up to cliques of women who were more popular than me. And, I was longing to be liked by these people. And now I look at my friends and I'm just like, whoa, I couldn't have a better group of friends if I tried. These are fabulous, attractive women who are successful and beautiful. And, I know that they love and value my friendship, and I feel the same way about them. But even with friendships growing up, I dated down, I picked friends who were not, I just, who were comfortable and who I felt could accept my limitations, just like with men. But yeah, it's amazing. Um, it's just amazing to look at how far I've come in my life. I don't know about some of you. I imagine you've all had incredible journeys, right? And for me, I shamed myself and I was so disappointed in me for so much of my earlier life. I didn't feel like, um, I didn't love myself. And I look back at those times, and now I think about how much I love who I am, and I'm so proud of all that I've accomplished. And I know I do good in the world, right? I have a career where I give back and where I help women find true love for the rest of their lives. I work with fabulous, fabulous women. Some of them are on this call right now. They're listening to this Facebook Live. These are amazing women, that are attracted to me, that want to work with me, women that I love and respect and admire. And they're coming to me to help them in this part of their lives. And it is such a deep honor to be able to work with women like this. I mean, women who would have intimidated me in the past, women who are so accomplished and beautiful. And to think that I get to work with all of you. I know some of you are on this call. So I'm speaking to you, ladies. I feel so fortunate to be able to share my gifts with you, and that you would come to me for this, that you would see in me the thing that you're looking for. Now, so that's really an honor. And it feels so good to know that I've accomplished that, right? It's also a major, major, major accomplishment for me. Hi, Annette. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, I feel exactly the same way. I feel equally blessed to work with you, truly. But wow, what about turning 60? This is just such a huge thing. When you have a mother who died at 39, who got sick at 34, and died at 39, having these years, aw. Renate, I know you are my idol at 77, my dear. I only hope that that the life shines as brightly through me when I'm 77 as it does through you. You are one of the most beautiful, alive, full of life, passionate 77-year-olds I've ever known. Uh, well, it's always wonderful to have some friends who are ahead of us and some friends who are behind us, right? Although I'm envious sometimes, I'm sure we all are when we look at young people and we know that they have their whole lives ahead of them. That's one of um, the beautiful things, right? They've got their whole lives ahead of them. And I love where I am. I think the only thing about turning 60 that's hard, the biggest thing is knowing, that we have fewer years ahead, right, than we do behind us. I think that's the hardest part, knowing that we have fewer years, looking down the road, we have fewer years than when we look behind us. And so that's the hardest part, because I think I'm just loving this all so much. It just seems to be getting better and better and better and richer and deeper. I don't know about some of you, but I find the more I open my heart and I just let go and I'm not holding on, I hold on less and less and less to, to anything. Yeah, my heart is just so open. And so you feel things, you feel all of it. I remember once I went to the Zen Center and this woman raised her hand and we were asking questions of the, I forgot what you call them, but the Zen master. And it was really beautiful because, she looked at him and she said, my greatest fear is that if I open myself up to all the beauty, I will also then be opening myself up to all the sorrow. And the Zen master said, that's right. He said, that's right. Because the more you are open, the more you experience all the beauty in life, the more you'll also experience the sorrow. You can't see one without seeing the other. They go simultaneously, hand in hand. So, yeah. So there's a beauty in being older, being, turning 60, feeling more beautiful now than I ever have. And there's a sorrow in knowing that the more I love life, the more I fall in love with life, the harder it is to let go, to let it go. And the more we love the people around us, the harder it is to let them go, right? So let's talk about the positive side of turning 50. Let's look at all the good, or 60, right? Bye, Sandra. Well, thank you. Thanks for joining, honey. So let's talk about what's great. I want to know, for all you women here, what's great? What are you all finding about being of a certain age, right? That you don't care as much anymore about what other people think, right? I think for me, it's humbling, but you start to love the wrinkles and the dimples, and you just start to get comfortable with being in your own skin. And you don't have to try so hard to look so, to be the youngest, cutest, to have the tightest butt, because you can't. And there comes a point where it's just like, all right, I'm going to let that stuff go. I don't care. Today we're getting ready to go away for my birthday. And I put on a bathing suit, which I don't do all that often, I must say. But I put on a bathing suit and I was like, oh no, But my husband saw me in it and he just said, oh my God, you look beautiful. And he was so happy to see he just said, you look so beautiful. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to take that. I'm just going to take that compliment and I'm going to thank you, God, that he thinks I'm beautiful, right? That's all that matters. So Stephanie says, finding grace with myself and aging, loving myself at this age. Yes. Well, Stephanie, you have had such a life and you look so beautiful and you have all those wonderful children and grandchildren to keep you young. So yeah, it is about finding grace within. I know I experienced that when you and I spoke, actually. You have so much grace within. It's really amazing. And I think a lot of, something like that really does come with age. It just comes with age and not wanting to make life so hard and fight life, right? You just want it to be wonderful. Cindy says, I find I'm more grateful for the things I have. Yes. And enjoy the little things more. Isn't that true, Cindy? Yeah, you just become more grateful. That's a beautiful part about getting older. Yeah, that we really do appreciate things. And also I'm finding I want less things. I'm getting to a point where I don't want a lot of things. And to be honest, things that I thought I had to have, I don't want, right? I'm actually wanting just less things. I want a beautiful, peaceful, organized life. But yeah, I don't want a lot. I just don't want a lot of things. Renate says yes, and being comfortable with yourself and give a damn. And yeah, you don't have to give a damn what others think about you. Renate, I love that. It's such a relief to stop caring what people think. And just, to just like either they like you or they don't. And you just don't like get as bent out of shape about things anymore. It just things don't little stuff. Yep, that's a big one. Anybody else? Like, what are you learning? What comes with age? What are things like maturity and things that can only come with age? Things that we see as we grow, as we get older. I think getting older is definitely humbling. You're at a place where it's humbling. You can't there's just things that you can't do anymore, right? And I don't mean like can't do like fun stuff or whatever, but like, weight just doesn't come off as easily, and that's humbling. And you can't stop the hands of time. I mean, you can do as much as you can do to stay healthy and fit, but it is humbling that your body is going to look a certain way and there's not, and that's it. Like there's only so much you can do about that. Anna says, I'm more at peace with myself. I also let go of things that used to frustrate me easier. Yep. I agree. I was talking to a girlfriend of mine yesterday, and it was really interesting to see how she can get caught up with things and trying to control people and situations. And it's funny, I used to do that so much. I was so always trying to control how things went, like my nephews that were doing work on our house, and I would have been so angry about, what they're like micromanaging what they charge and watching them and making sure that they're doing everything when they, by these deadlines and stuff. And the truth is like things are going to get done. they're going to get done. And will they take a little bit longer? Will there be, yeah, there'll be stuff that happens, or maybe, our painter, she was supposed to come last week, and then, she said, I'll be there on Monday. We're putting glass in this greenhouse that we bought, and they were supposed to have it done last week. And, they're not showing up all the time, but they'll get it done. They're on it. And we're really nice and we're easy to please. And I think that makes them, want to come back and do the work. So, yeah, it's no big deal. It's all going to get taken care of. We have a retreat coming up at the end of the month. And, that's a lot of planning. And we want to have things done before people come. And, we're just knowing that it's going to get done. As much as can get done will get done. And yes, Renate, who needs another designer handbag? Exactly. Exactly. And you know what? You spend all that money and then you get sick of them, and then you got to have a different one. I mean, it's never ending, right? Who cares? Emma says, with age comes more confidence. Yes. And the attitude of wearing life like a loose garment. I love that. Oh my God, Emma, that's so beautiful. And our skin can become like a loose garment. Oh man, I'm doing the very best I can to work on the bod here, but that's one, that I think we all have to let go of, right? Like at some point, I don't know, I don't know. I also have this agreement with myself that my intention is to ease into old age, right? Just to ease into it gracefully. So that's my plan. That's what I'm sticking to. And I'm hoping that it works, because I don't know. But I just want to ease gracefully into old age. And I think setting it up for myself that way, on the inside, is then going to play out in my life. And I would love to know what it's like to ease into old age. I've seen my husband do it. He's been very graceful in the way that he's, entering into his late 60s and 70s. So, yeah. Not sure if this was the very best Facebook Live topic, but as women, I think aging is a big part, of us loving ourselves. And I think what I'm hearing from a lot of your comments is that a lot of you are letting go, you're more at peace, you're living more in your hearts. And you do feel that you love yourself more as you're getting older. And yeah, with age comes more confidence and the attitude of wearing life like a loose garment. I am more peace with myself. I also let go of things that used to frustrate me, being comfortable with yourself and not giving a damn about what others think, being grateful for the things I have and enjoying the little things more, finding grace with myself and aging, loving myself at this age. Beautiful, ladies. That was just beautiful reading all of that. Beautiful. And if that's how we can enter into these later years, just, how beautiful that is. And we can attract some wonderful men into our lives, even at this age, right? At this stage of the game, wherever you are. Never think that you're too old to bring love, to bring a guardian of your soul into your life, because you can. And the more you love yourself, the more you live with grace and ease, the more attractive you are, and the more self-accepting, and the more men are going to love you too. They're drawn to that. So let's keep being these fabulous women that we are, and, loving ourselves more and more with every age, with every decade. Thank you for being here and letting me ramble today. I send you all my love, and please give me a heart or a thumbs up if you liked today's talk. I look forward to seeing you all. I will not be here next week. I think we may rerun a previous broadcast, but my husband and we are going. Hey, how bad can 60 be when you're going to Sicily to celebrate? So if that's what it took to get us to Sicily, I'm all for it. All right, everybody, I do 3 Facebook Lives a week. I do this one every Monday at noon Mountain Time. I do one on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Mountain Time called Live with Lisa. It's a Q&A. I also do the one I love the most of all. It's called Getting Inside the Right Male Mind. That's with my husband, Benjamin Shield. And that is on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Mountain Time. And I have a new podcast. It's called Dating Without Trauma. And finally, please, if you've never gone to my website, go to lisashield.com, watch my presentation. It's 45 minutes. If you like what you hear, we can jump on a call and I can talk to you about how I can help you find a guardian of your soul for the rest of your life. That's it for today. Mwah. Love to you all. Stay safe out there. And I will see you in a couple of weeks when I'm back from Sicily. Bye, everybody.